Dimco knives. Dimco knives. So they're giving away this whole list of their US and Taiwan knives. They've been a huge sponsor for the Rose Anvil 2 channel for all the unboxings we've done. The coolest thing is this little action. It's so fun. Makes me feel like I'm in an anime flipping these things out. And this is part of our 1,000,000 subscriber giveaway, so make sure you sign up. The links below or in the description or in the bio. And every time there's a new video, it's gonna be a new brand and a new giveaway. So thank you guys for all your support to getting us to the 1,000,000 subscribers and all these brands for giving us a bunch of free stuff to give to you guys.
So we have cut over 500 pairs of shoes and we have done about 11 or 12 skate shoes so far. We're gonna rank them. I'm gonna tell you what my favorite skate shoe we've cut so far is, the best objective quality, and my personal ranking opinion of what I would choose. Let's meet the contenders in the chronological order that they released. First up is the Jordan 4 SB Pine Green. The brand is Nike SB X Air Jordan. The style is the 4 Pine Green. They weigh 1 pound, 4.4 ounces. The price is $225. If you can get them for that. They usually resell on StockX and stuff like that for $318 to $800, and they're made in China. Couple of pros, there's tons of cushion. They look really cool. Cons are they're super bulky. They make your foot kind of look like a toaster. They have zero board feel, and they're super expensive and more of a collector's item than an actual skate shoe, so good luck getting one. Next up, we have the Last Resort VM001. The brand is Last Resort AB. Style is the VM001 Low Suede. They weigh 14.4 ounces. They retail for $95 and they're made in Vietnam. Some of the pros, I like the hole cut upper. It moves all the stitching away from high wear areas. A dedicated canvas counter cover is a big plus. They look really good on your foot and there's tons of board feel. The cons is there's way too much board feel. They break in so much, they get super soggy and floppy. Very thin, no cushion. My feet kind of hurt after skating them. They're just a super minimum Volk shoe, and that's kind of what they're going for. So the pros of a Volk shoe is the cons of a Volk shoe. So next up is the New Balance Jamie Foy 306. The weight is 15 ounces. They retail for $89.99 and they're made in Indonesia. A couple of the pros are I really like this extra rubber layer that's under the upper. They have a pretty wide toe box and the insole is super responsive. It doesn't break in too much. It remains pretty stiff, which I liked. It was a pro for me. The cons are it does remain stiffer than a lot of Volk, so if you don't like that, that's a con for you. And the outsole wears out pretty fast. It's mostly the bottom of the outsole that I go through. And there's not actual double layers on the heel here, this is all just for show, but an actual double layer on the toe. All right, next up, we have the Mocktober entry into skate shoes, which is the Last Resort VM006 Mock. So the brand is Last Resort, styles VM006 Mock. They weigh 13.5 ounces. They retail for $95. They're made in Vietnam. Pros are they're super duper comfortable. It fixed a lot of the problems I had with the VM001 by being super pointy. The wide toe box is surprisingly good for skating. The cons, it's just not durable. The laces broke after an hour. The outsole went through super fast. The mock toe stitching went through in 5 or 6 hours. It just wasn't durable. Super comfy, not durable, definitely more of a chiller shoe. Next up, we got the half cabs. So the brand is Vans, style is the skate half cab. They weigh 1 pound. They're $85. They're made in Vietnam. The pros, they're pretty durable. The extra rubber layer under, I think it's called Duracap, is super good. It's kind of like the New Balance 306. They have pretty good ankle protection. They're a solid option. There's nothing special, nothing terrible. The cons, the pop cushion insole is a little bit too soft for me. The whole shoe broke in a little too much. It got a little bit too soggy for me in the toes. All right, next up are the Cariumas. The style is the Katiba Pro Low. They weigh 13.5 ounces. They retail for $89. They're made in China. The pros of it, it's a pretty comfortable shape. It has some good reinforced stitching along the high wear areas. The cons are it's an evil company and it had a really super weak outsole and the foxing, I went through in a couple hours for this foxing, and usually that should take 2 to 3 weeks. So big bummer on the durability there, and they're kind of evil. But that's, personal opinion here. Next up, we got the Big Hosses. The brand is New Balance. The style is the Tiago Lemos 1010. They weigh 15.7 ounces. They retail for $109.99. They're made in Indonesia. The pros of this are there's actual double layers of suede over the whole shoe. They're super comfortable fit though. The wider toe box is comfortable for skating. The cup still has good protection, but you still have a really good amount of board feel, I think. The cons is we did find a weird little flaw in the midsole. It's an extrusion flaw in the midsole. I didn't feel it while I was skating it, but it still was a flaw. We actually helped New Balance identify this. Well, I'll talk more about that when we get into it. I have very little negative to say about the shoe. I liked it so much, I bought myself a personal pair. So big fan of the 1010s. Moving on to probably the wildest entry in the skate shoe catalog we've done so far. The brand is Asics. The style is the Gel Flex Ski Pro 2.0. They weigh 12.9 ounces. They're a pretty steep $135 and they're made in Vietnam. So the pros is this shoe had the best flick out of any skate shoe I have skated. The rubber toe cap was really durable. durable. It rivaled the New Balance in durability. Lots of good board feel for being a cupsole. The cons is it's pretty expensive and it looks pretty wild. Like, I didn't love this little toe flap coming out over the top, but you know, you lace it in and you're good. I had to lace it a very specific way to be able to skate them good because there's two different styles of laces. Every time I did the lacing outside of the shoe, I like couldn't ollie as well as when I did the under style, but I don't know, personal preference, pro and a con. It looks wild, but there's tons of different options for you to lace it. Next up, we got the LaDunks. The brand is Lakai. The style is the Telford Low, aka the LaDunk. It weighs 15.2 ounces. The pricing on this is all over the place. When I bought them, they were $110, but they were 50% off, so they are $55. And then when we actually dropped the video, they had brought the price down to $90. And I was just checking today, it's like March, it's the end of March like 23rd something. And they're down to $85 now, so I don't know what's going on with the price. Heads up for that. They're made in China, and the pros of this is really good board feel for a cupsole. There's like nothing in there. It's pretty much a Volk, but it's a cupsole. The leather held up pretty well. The cons of this is they fired like the whole skate team and got bought by a big brain business guy. There's a new guy part of it, Louis Mora, so we'll see how the operation goes from there. And none of these layers are actually dual layered. They're all just single layers to make look like they're more durable. So next up, we have everybody's favorite shoe from 2015, the Nike Janoski. So the brand's Nike SB. The style is the Zoom Janoski OG Plus. They weigh 12.7 ounces. They retail for $95. They're made in Indonesia, and the pros are it has a really good flick. It's really durable for a Volk shoe. It felt super comfortable to skate in. The cons are there's absolutely no protection on your ankles. I know that Janoski, when he was designing it, he's like, I want my ankles to bleed. Like, I want function over protection at all costs. And my ankles literally did bleed when I wear this shoe. It's like from here up is a super good skate shoe. From here back is just like pain. They beat my feet up a lot, and they're pretty pricey for what they end up being. Like, they're pretty minimal shoe that's pretty expensive for what it is. Next up, we got the big time underdogs. We got the Ours Is Yours. The brand is Ours Is Yours. The style is the Code V2 black leather. This is the Brian Herman Pro model. They weigh 14 ounces. These specific shoes retail for $75. They're made in China, and the pros are they're incredibly comfortable. They're probably one of the most comfortable skate shoes out there right now. The hole cut upper, just like the Last Resort, super sick. Big fan of the hole cut upper. They mold to my feet really well without like breaking in too much. The cons is they really weren't super durable. Like, I put a few holes in them pretty fast. The outsole went out fairly fast. I did reach out to them. I was asking them questions after the review posted, and they're like, oh, like you got our least skate shoe. So take that for what it's worth. These ones I'd go for a suede version over the leather. And then finally, the video I literally just filmed. So we got another pair of underdogs here. We got Jamie Thomas's new brand. The brand is Warsaw. The style is chapter mid. They weigh 1 pound, 2 ounces. They retail for a pretty steep $110 for a Volk shoe. They're made in China. The pros, the pigskin suede was good. The hole cut upper style, I really like that. Like the hole cut, Warsaw has them. Ours Is Yours has them. Last Resort has them. Every shoe with a hole cut upper is like some of the most comfortable shoes that I've skated. The Warsaw is probably the most durable Volk I have ever skated in my entire life. The insole was really good. It has really good protection with like good board feel still. The cons, the lining leather made these a little bit hot. They're kind of on the expensive side. They're like a premium skate shoe. So that is all of the contenders. That's like, I don't know, $1,000 to $1,500 worth of shoes that we've cut in half. So I'm gonna do two rankings. I'm gonna do the objective material ranking and then my subjective ranking for what I would choose. We've cut over 500 pairs. We've cut over $100,000 worth of shoes. So like, comment, subscribe, support us so we can keep doing it so you can see what you're spending your money on. It's especially valuable over skate shoes with these small companies that maybe you can't get like in your local retailers that are still trying to compete with like the big dogs like Nike and New Balance. I think that's where this value comes in really well. Also, last plug here, go sign up for the 1,000,000 subscriber giveaway. We're trying to give away hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of footwear to you guys for supporting us. All the links for that will be below. Make sure you get on the list. It's gonna be super sick.
This is all of our boot accessories that we've slowly developed over like the last 4 years as we've done more and more boot reviews and realized how many things are missing in the market. Because if you're watching this, there's a good chance you have a nice boot, and one of the funnest things to do with it is start to build it out, kit it out, customize it, make it your own as you're breaking it in. And that's what these kilties and boot pocket kits allow you to do. We got them in a bunch of different leathers, a lot of really popular boot leathers. They come in different sizes. You got the fringe, you got the no-shows, you got 6, 8, 10 inch, you got the boot pocket kit with 3 different pockets, different sizes. Sew it on the side of your boot, sew it on your jacket, sew it on anything. And we also just released these laces, but they sell out every time we get a restock. So if they are sold out, get on that limited edition email list. We'll announce when we have a restock of these. Even down to the Jim Green outsole we designed with Jim Green for the barefoot boots. You can buy them on our site. But the most surprising products of the year that really were shockingly successful was the boot breakers. You know, we launched this, it was 2 millimeters of foam and a high abrasion fabric just to help break your boots, because this hard veg tan is such a pain to break in for the first few weeks. just having 2mm squish still allows you to break in that insole, still allows you to get the whole heritage feel, but it eases that painful break-in until you're ready to pull them out, or you just leave them in for tons of comfort. And we just launched the 4mm foam boot breaker if you want just a little extra squish, twice as thick as the original boot breaker. So now that you've bought probably a few high quality boots, customize them, protect them, make them a little bit more comfortable. That's what all these accessories do. So be sure to check out all these below. They make great gifts, self gifts, and it's a huge way that you can help support the channel. So check them out below.
Let's do the objective materials ranking. I'll start worst to best. I do think the first three, you could kind of switch them around, shell game them. So I'll just start, I think coming into the bottom, the Last Resort VM006, this literally lasted about 5 to 10 hours before both the toe stitching and the foxing had been totally run through. It's super comfy. I just couldn't rank it higher due to the short amount of time I could actually skate it before I had to repair it. If it was cheaper, I'd probably rank it higher, but it's also pretty pricey for what it is. Next up, I would rank the Cariuma Katiba Pro right after that. The leather on the shoe held up okay, but the outsole went through so fast, it was crazy. Like, I literally kickflipped in it for one session, one night, and it had gone through already. And that sucks. It's like, you can repair your upper till the cows come home. Once your outsole goes, the shoe is pretty much done. So after that, I think I would have to go with the Ours Is Yours code V2 in the grain leather specifically. The outsole lasted longer than both the VM06 and the Cariuma, but the leather went through much faster. It might be some of the worst leather we've seen on a shoe, but they're at a pretty cheap price point. They're trying to be super competitive. This leather is just like butter soft. So I would say this is more of a chiller shoe as well, just like the VM006. So put that there. And honestly, those three, you could swap them around. They all have their pros and cons, but they're all at the same kind of level, I would say. So after that, I would probably go Lakai Telford Low. Everything in the shoe is just okay. It was like the bare minimum needed to be a skate shoe. Like, there's nothing in here. Like, this weird foam in here is like just a sliver of foam in the heel. It's just like, it's literally like cobbled together upper, slapped on an outsole, called it good to go. If the panels were actually dual layered, it'd probably rank a lot higher for me, but it was pretty comfy. It was just like, you know, barely a skate shoe. It was like shoe. So after that, I would rank the Last Resort VM001. I think Last Resort's whole goal with the shoe was to make the most minimal Volk shoe possible. So you can't really add in a bunch of stuff and have it really work like they wanted. Like, you start losing the attributes that they want if you start adding in a bunch of features. But overall, it's pretty durable. It's just like a very minimal Volk shoe. If you added in a bunch more stuff, it would make it not what it was supposed to be. But objectively, I'll put it here next to the Lakai's. Okay, next up on the objective materials ranking board is the Nike Janoski. The shoe held up really well and had airbag insoles. The airbag insoles added a little bit like material, like objective material wise. It's meant to be a really stripped down Volk as well. It's like he didn't want anything in it. He just wanted outsole and upper. So they just stripped everything out, and that's kind of what it is. Like, materials wise, there's not much going on in this shoe, so I'll put it right next to Last Resort. They're kind of the same train of thought, to be like making a minimal insole. So next up from that, I would probably go New Balance 306, the Jamie Foy shoe. I'm a big fan of the extra rubber layer that wraps around the toe. The outsole foxing holds up pretty well for being just like a pretty minimal vulcanized shoe. I really like the insole on this. This might be one of my favorite insoles out of all the shoes I've ever skated. But you know, at the end of the day, it's just like a pretty minimal Volk. So I'll put it right there. It's like an upgraded Janoski, so there you go. Moving on from that, I would go Vans Half Cap next. I like the extra Duracap rubber layer under the suede in the toes. It has really good ankle protection. It's a pretty substantial shoe. Like, there's a lot of materials going on the upper. I don't know, it's just like the next step up in Volk shoes. It goes from like nothing to beefy in Volk shoes, so that's why I'd rank that one here. So next up, I would probably put the Jordan 4 SB. There's a lot going on in this shoe. Most of the grain leather on this shoe is actually pretty trash. It's like pretty minimal Nike shoe. Like, you can see how crappy it is when it does its creases and folds. The air unit and like insole, midsole, all the adornments are pretty solid. It's just really expensive for what it is, so that's why I'd rank it here. So after that, I would go Warsaw Chapter Mid, the highest ranking Volk shoe of the bunch. I would rank this above the Jordan because this is the most durable Volk shoe I have ever worn. I wore it a ton just to double check it. This has got to be a fluke. It's holding up so well. I'm not just skating this hard enough. I kept wearing it and it just kept impressing me. So I'd put it over the Jordans because the Jordans are so expensive. I can't conscionably put them above this shoe. So next up from that, we're down to the final two here. I would rank Asics Gel Flex Key. So there's a lot going on in this shoe as well, tech-wise. Like, I really thought it wasn't going to perform as well as it did. All of the tech worked, like the crazy outsole, I thought it was gonna be terrible to flick. It has the best flick out of any shoe that I've skated. All of its weird little gimmicks work. Like, there's not too much, I don't know, it's just like all the crazy gimmicks work together very well. I was very impressed by the shoe because I just thought it was gonna be awful and garbage. But I really like the shape. I like, you know, all of the stuff they did, the off-center lacing. I think they just, I honestly think they got lucky with the design because it looks crazy. And like, that's the biggest detriment to some of these shoes is like, people don't wanna buy this because it looks too crazy. Like I didn't wanna buy it because I thought it looked too crazy. And then I actually got in skate. I was like, oh, this is sick. I was like, I know there's a bunch of kids in New York, like the Late Night Stars crew that really likes this shoe. And I fully support it. I'm on board with them. Number 2 so far. Number 1, we've whittled it down all the way. We got the New Balance Tiago Lemos 1010. So this is not only the best skate shoe material-wise we have seen, it's honestly, it might be the best sneaker we've ever seen out of the 500 shoes we cut. It's built so durably for its price, it's crazy. I'm surprised it's only $110. Like, so double layers of like suede, crazy outsole, dual density midsole, just tons of tech, and it all works really well. Like this rivals basketball shoes. This one rivals probably like the $175 to $250 basketball shoes we've seen, like the LeBrons, the KDs, all of those shoes. This rivals that with the amount of technologies in there. It all works. It feels super good. Big fan of the shoe. I'd highly recommend trying out New Balance 1010. I feel like I've been harping on the big guys lately, but if you remember in this video, we found this weird midsole extrusion glob like inside the midsole once we cut it in half. I couldn't feel it at all while I was skating. It's so small we almost didn't see it until we sanded the shoe down a little. But I reached out to the New Balance numeric team and asked them what it was. I was like, hey, what is this? And props to them for doing this because I probably caused a PR nightmare potentially. They're probably like, oh shoot, red alert, we're about to get busted. But they replied back to me and they're like, oh, this is a new phenomenon. We haven't seen it before. And it turns out it was due to a problem in the gluing process. The glue was like heating up and melting the foam in the area and leaving a gap where the material would seep in and like harden. I am literally not even joking here. Like over the weekend, I emailed them on like a Thursday and by Monday they were like, hey, we've cut all these shoes in half. We dug into it. We contacted the factory. They had changed the entire adhesive process and fixed the shoe, which seems crazy to me on like a New Balance scale, how fast they could act. So honestly, really big ups to New Balance, and they're like super transparent with me. Like they weren't trying to hide it at all. It's honestly kind of sick. Like we found this flaw in New Balance and then helped them solve it. So it's like, boosh, like that's sick. I don't know. It's like a feather in the cap, a rose Anvil. There's where our value comes in really big. But like materials wise, there's only so much you can do to skate shoes before they start getting like out of hand expensive. You're like, I'm not gonna buy a $250 shoe. I don't care if it's the best materials. It's a skate shoe. It gets destroyed. I think it would be sick to make like the most durable skate shoe and see what happens. Like use super thick, like 3mm full grain leather, flip to the rough outside, use a super durable outsole, kind of like the 1010 or the Asics, somehow like make it resolable. See like if the price outweighs the need for constant new shoes. Like the shoe's gonna be expensive if it's built that way, but is it worth it to buy this one shoe over like 3 to 4 new pairs of shoes? So shoe companies, hit me up. I have big ideas to see like what we can do with skate shoes. I think that'd be super sick. So I don't know, like what would you want to see in skate shoes to make it like the most durable, worth it price? So now we'll do my quick personal choice of shoes. This is totally subjective to what I like to skate. I try to be objective in all of these to be like, some people don't like Volks, some people don't like Cupsoles, so I try and give, you know, pros and cons to everything. This is what I would pick off the shelves of a skate shop if I only could afford one skate shoe for the next couple months. So I'll start bottom to top again. So at very bottom, I would do Cariuma Katiba Pro. Enough said. If you know anything, if you skate at all, you know why Cariuma isn't good. It's just like this giant conglomerate VC funded corporation. No authenticity at all. They're just like, hey, let's make skate shoes. That's a small niche. Let's blast them with ads. They're just like pumping money into it and sending influencer shoes and stuff. So I'll probably choose this at the very bottom. So next up is Lakai. It's a cupsole. It skates like a Volk, but it's a cupsole. With all the recent changes to management, who knows? It kind of has a similar vibe to Cariuma right now to me. We did drop the video. I had filmed the video. The video was edited, and then like 2 days before it released, it was like, oh, Louis Mora, this YouTuber guy, is now part of the brand. He's taking it over, trying to revive it. So we'll see. I mean, they might come back to what they once were, but it's a waiting game for now. So let me know what you guys think. Like if you're still skating Lakai's, like what your opinion of Lakai is now. So I'd love to see that if you want to comment it below. So this will probably be my bottom 2 for now until they prove me otherwise. Next up from that, for my personal choice, I'll put Jordan 4. It's way too expensive for me. I mean, this is a reseller shoe. It's not a real skate shoe. They didn't really make it for skaters. They made it for collectors and people that think it's cool because it is very cool. It's too bulky for me. There's not enough board feel for me. I'm usually more of like a thinner cupsole, beefier Volk kind of guy. So my personal choice, too expensive and just too much shoe for me. After that, I'd probably go with Last Resort VM006. It's a really good chiller shoe. It wouldn't be my choice to skate in just for its durability issues, but if you had extra money for a chiller shoe, super comfortable. After that, I would probably put the Vans Half Cab. I mean, it's a decent choice. I'm not a big fan of the Vans Pop Cush insole, and it did break in a little bit too much for me. Got a little bit soggy. It's like, I don't know, it's nothing crazy good, nothing crazy bad. It's right in the middle. I think I'd have other options before it, so I'd put this one next. After that, I'd go Ours Is Yours. It's super comfortable. You just need to invest in a lot of shoe goo if you skate the grain leather version. Really comfortable. So after that, I'd probably go Last Resort VM001. I really like the shoe off the shelf. I love to wear the shoe, but it's just way too thin for me. It breaks in way too much for me, which is what they were going for. It's just not my personal cup of tea. After that, I would probably choose the Nike Janoski next, honestly. I love Volks. This is a really good Volk. It feels really good to skate. It just hurts my feet a lot. It would like beat up my ankles. It left imprints of the laces on the top of my shoe every time. But that's kind of what he was going for too. Like these two shoes, the Last Resort and the Janoski, have very similar theories, like function over protection. And so that's why I put those two right next to each other. After that, I would probably pick up an Asics Gel Flex Ski. This shoe felt really good. I cannot believe that all the crazy tech works. I really like the shape. The flick was immaculate. I don't know, I like this shoe. The cup sole is good. It's like a thin cup sole. It's not crazy. Like there's still tons of board feel, but not as much as a Volk. After that, I would probably go New Balance 306. Like this was my default skate shoe for years. I love how stiff it stays for a Volk. I love the extra rubber layer. Just an added bonus in there. Also, Jamie Foy is sick. Big fan of Big Boy Foy. So after that, I would probably pick up the Warsaw Chapter Mid. This is one of the best Volks I've ever skated. It's a little pricey, but I definitely think it's worth it. I mean, durability holds up. You saw the objective ranking. After that, I would definitely choose the New Balance 1010. Super durable, super comfy. I feel like I keep going on and on about it. All of its tech really worked for me. I don't know, big fan of the shoe. I think this is like the future of skate shoes, is this shoe. So watch out. New Balance is coming for everybody's jobs, and they're doing a really good job of it. New Balance, I mean, they're absolutely killing the game right now, and I'm a big fan, which is why I feel like I have to go pretty hard on New Balance stuff. Like whenever I find something, I'm like, oh, but it is, you know, big corporation, but I like them so much, I feel like I have to put them under tighter scrutiny. So let me know what you think. The subjective ranking's pretty subjective, so let me know what shoes you would pick if you only could skate one pair of shoes for the next couple months. You only had enough money. What would you pick? I got right. What do you think I got wrong? Prove me wrong. This is a big part of what we do here. I'd like to hear your opinion because there's a lot of subjective things out there and a lot of objective things out there. Let me know what other shoes you want to see. The more you support the skate shoes, the more skate shoes we can do. If they don't get views, then we can't do them because it's not worth it for us. Go sign up for that 1,000,000 subscriber giveaway so you can win some free shoes. There's a ton of shoes coming down the pipe. And I think that's it. So let me know what you think. See ya. Oh, buddy.